Loss and dealing with grief is never easy, especially when you're about to start university for the first time. About 6 months before my A-levels and 9 months before I started university, over Christmas time, I suddenly lost my dad. It was a massive shock as there were no warning signs, so it felt like my whole world had come crashing down. And I was already nervous about starting university as it was a massive change as I was moving to a totally different city. And I was also worried about how my mum would feel, as all my life we'd been a close three. But in order to stay connected with my family and friends back home, I try to call as much as I can. I come home when I can. And knowing that they're just a call or a FaceTime away is really comforting for me personally. And one thing that's kept me motivated through university so far is wanting to make my dad proud. A month before he passed away, on my 18th birthday, he made this big speech in front of my whole family and friends about how proud he was of how far I'd come in life. And then just a month later, he was gone. So I know that my dad would have wanted me to stay strong and keep going. So I did. Despite all the pain I felt, I just kept my head up and kept going. And I made sure I went to university, like he'd always wanted me to. Another thing to remember is that your loved ones are never truly gone. I love talking about my dad and keeping his memory alive. For example, when friends at university are talking about their families, I never feel awkward talking about him, and I never feel as though I shouldn't mention him. And I love talking about him, honestly, because it keeps him alive in my heart, in my memories, and my friends know all about him, even though they joined my life after he left. I have a lot of pictures of my dad put up all around my room at university. I have a ring made out of his ashes that I have with me, and I also have a little mascot of one of his favourite football teams, a little toy that I have with me on my shelf, so I have a lot of physical reminders of him as well. As well as this, I look a lot like him physically, so whenever I look in the mirror, I not only see myself, but it's comforting knowing that I can also see parts of him as well. Something important to remember if you're going through something similar is you're never alone, and there are always going to be people there for you. I was fortunate enough to find amazing friends at university who have become a massive support circle for me. And I think that having a supportive community of friends is so important for you. I met my best friends 9 months after losing my dad, so the grief still felt really raw. But without them, I don't think I'd be the person I am today, honestly, as they were there for me during the hardest points of my life. For example, on the year anniversary, they were there for me. So I'm so grateful for the support they've given me through my grief, whether they're actually aware of it or not. Even now, 2 years after I've lost my dad, there are still hard times. It's to be expected, but it does get easier. I find that perhaps what I needed to help me get through my grief was let time do its thing, learn to live with it. And honestly, I think moving to a new city, starting this brand new chapter of my life, really helps me with it. And if you're dealing with your own grief, remember, you're not alone and you never will be. Make sure to look out for your university support team and use the student space resources online if you ever feel like you need help, because you don't have to deal with this alone, and you're not alone.